Shalom Aleichem is on page not 142, it's on page 20 in your books. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm going to ask everybody to take a really deep breath in and let it out. We're going to do that again. And let it out. I don't know for you, it's been a long week here, but I also said to Rabbi Reinhardt this afternoon, this for me is one of those weird weeks because it's that week right before Labor Day. So it's still summer, and yet school is back in session. All the pumpkin spice stuff is out. All the Halloween stuff is out. And you just don't know where you are. Like time-wise, you just feel like you're in this weird space. And on top of that, for us, it was last week all over the place. We even put it on social media. Now we're less than a month to Rosh Hashanah. So it's one of those of, what is the timing? So we take this breath and we switched prayer books, and we will be in these prayer books for the next month as we take this prayer book through Shabbat Shuvah, and we'll switch back after Yom Kippur. And this is that time where we begin, even as the calendar's changing, the weather's changing, but it's St. Louis, it's going to change back and be hot again. But this is that time where we are supposed to be turning our hearts and our minds and getting ourselves, body and soul, ready for the holy days. And so tonight, we hope will feel like a beginning of that as we move through Shabbat and move through our prayer book. And I'm honored to invite forward to lead us in our Shabbat candle and Kiddush blessings, Michelle, Joey, and Harlow Hastings, in honor of Joey's B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow morning. The blessings can be found on page 10, first for candles. As we have been doing, we continue to light a third candle for those being held hostage.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
If you are able, I ask you please to rise.
And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikrei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
You may be seated. And tonight, I am so excited that we get to welcome Ophir officially to the congregation. He is Cynthia our ninth Shinshin. It is hard to believe that we've closed almost a decade that we have been participating in this program. And the Shinshin program is a partnership between the Jewish Federation of St. Louis, the Jewish Agency for Israel, and Jewish organizations like United Hebrew, with the support of the Lubin Green Foundation. And for those who don't know, the Shinshinim are Israeli teen emissaries who have recently graduated high school and who spend a year volunteering in Jewish communities abroad. They build lifelong bonds with host families, and we have some host families who can tell you that we build those relationships, and community members, and they inspire greater understanding of Israel and its culture and deepen our collective connection to the Jewish homeland. I want to say, and I hope Ophir felt it the other day when he was here, But on Tuesday, when he was walking around the building almost to a T, we walk down, we're in the youth lounge, and at the archive, Sherilyn Krell walks up and says, "Is that our new Shinshin?" And everywhere, before I could even say, "This is our new Shinshin," "Is that our new Shinshin?" And Ophir kept saying, "People know what this program is?" They do. And then on Wednesday, one of my favorite comments, Rabbi Reinhardt and I were walking with somebody else, but a parent in the preschool said, "Is that the new Shinshin?" And we said, "No, it's not." "Well, our son came home and was so excited that the new Shinshin is a dude." I said, yes. So I am excited. We have a dude this year, but honored. And the beauty is we flip every year. It's lovely, so everybody gets that opportunity. And so it is an honor to invite Ophir forward to the Bima to share his very first Devar Israel, one of many with us, and he's going to introduce himself this evening.
Okay, so good evening, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom. So my name is Ophir Erez, and I'm your new Shinshin. I have to say, it's very exciting to be here today and to speak to all of you. Before I begin telling you about myself and why I wanted to become a Shinshin, I want to remind us all that Israel is still in a war. Today, we mark the 693rd day of the war. When I wrote those lines, there were still 50 hostages being held in Gaza by the terrorist organization of Hamas. Today, the bodies of 2 hostages were recovered and brought back to Israel. One is Ilan Weiss from Be'eri, and the other has not yet been identified. So from here, I want to say a prayer for the IDF soldiers, the security forces, and for the hostages, for the safe return home as fast as possible. מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ואנשי כוחות הביטחון, העומדים על משמר ארצנו וערי אלוהינו, מן הלבנון ועד מדבר מצרים, ומן הים הגדול עד לבוא הערבה ובכל מקום שהם, ביבשה, בים ובאוויר. ייתן אדוני את אויבינו הקמים עלינו ניגפים לפניהם, וישמור מחיץ ומפחד, וירפא את מכותו למען שלומם. חזק את ידי מגני ארץ קודשנו, והנחילם אלוהינו ישועה ועטרת ניצחון תיאטרם. ונתת שלום בארץ, ושמחת עולם ליושביה. ואמרו, אמן. אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה, המקום ירחם עליהם, ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפלה לאורה, ומשעבוד לגאולה. השתה בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ונאמר אמן. Last Sunday, I had the privilege of meeting some of you during the Sunday school kickoff event, and I quickly realized that I'm in an incredible community. Since my arrival, I've experienced so much. I've seen the arch, the Cardinal Stadium from the outside, and it looks just like a castle. I went to the outlet mall, to the St. Louis City 2 game, and even watched the game of the main St. Louis City team, but unfortunately, we lost. And I had the opportunity to taste Ted Drew's, all of this in just a week. I'm sure many of you are wondering what led me to become a Shinshin in the United States. Well, before the war started in Israel, I honestly didn't plan on doing a gap year or joining a mechina, which is a pre-program as well, a pre-army program as well. But after the war began, I realized I want to be better prepared for my military service for 2 reasons. The first is to go into the army after another year of growing and maturing, so that I can contribute more during my service. And the second is to give back to my country beyond the military, through volunteering and community work. In Israel, there are many options for the year of service, such as working in agriculture, supporting underprivileged kids, community volunteering, helping rebuild areas affected by the war, and more. There are also mechinot, which are like an extra year of study and preparation before the army. As I was searching for the right path, a friend told me about a gap year program for the Jewish Agency for Israel, which sends Shinshinim to the Jewish communities around the world to strengthen the connection between the communities and Israel. The moment my friend told me about it, I knew this is what I want to do. My family story really shaped this path. On my mother's side, my grandparents emigrated to Israel from Poland, which sparked a strong interest in Jewish life outside of Israel. On my father's side, my family has been living in the land of Israel even before the country was founded, giving me a deep connection to the land and to the Israeli identity. The combination made me realize I want to represent Israel in a Jewish community abroad. And I couldn't be happier to have been placed here in St. Louis community, which so far have been the best thing I could have asked for. Before arriving, I spoke a lot with Gaia, the previous Shinshinit, and I was honestly worried about how things would go. I didn't know what the St. Louis community would be like, how the synagogue and the students would be. But thanks to all of you, I already feel very welcomed, so thank you for that. Since we're talking about community, let me tell you a bit about my community in Israel. I'm originally from a town called Binyamina, located between Tel Aviv and Haifa, about 40 miles from Tel Aviv and 25 miles from Haifa. Binyamina has around 10,000 residents, not quite as big as St. Louis, but it's a very warm town. A big part of growing up in Binyamina is participating in the Israeli Scouts. Out of community with 1,500 kids that can join the Scouts, around 900 do, which is a huge number. I joined the Scouts when I was at 4th grade and stayed all the way through 12th grade, including 2 years as a counselor and 1 year in a leadership role called coordinator. In high school, I majored in robotics and physics, both of which took up a lot of my time, especially robotics. I participated in national competitions throughout high school, placing third twice and fourth once. Unfortunately, those placements weren't high enough to get to the World Champions, which, by the way, were hosted here in St. Louis from 2011 to 2017. In robotics, I mainly focused about software, and I was the head of head software team in 10th grade. I also learned a lot about mechanical engineering, designing, and drafting. In my free time, I really loved playing soccer and volleyball. I played for my town soccer team until 9th grade, when I decided to stop in order to focus on my studies and scouts. But I've always loved playing sports, whether it's soccer, volleyball, tennis, basketball, or even checkers, if that counts as a sport. If not, I'll just say I love spending time with my family. Oh, and let me tell you a bit about him. So, my mom's name is Esti, or Esther. She's Regional Administrative Director for Clalit, the largest healthcare provider in Israel. My dad's name is Shalom, yes, just like the word shalom, which means hello, goodbye, or peace. He has two different types of jobs. The first, he's a project manager in defense technology for the government and the army. The second, he runs the leadership workshops and does coaching for children, adults, and managers. I also have two siblings. My brother Shoham, he is 26 years old, a former IDF officer, and currently studying electrical engineering at Tel Aviv University. And my sister, Ravid. She's 23 and currently serves as a logistic officer in the Israeli Navy. Actually, our whole family has some connection to the Navy. I will tell you about it in another Dvar Israel, don't worry. She's expected to finish her service in less than a year. Oh, and of course, I can't forget to mention our two dogs, Vanessa and Maple. This week, we entered the Hebrew month of Elul, which means the high school holidays are right around the corner. I'm so excited to spend them here with this amazing community. I'm sure this year is going to be meaningful, fun, and unforgettable. Thank you all for the warm welcome. I truly look forward to getting to know each one of you, so please don't hesitate to reach out. Ask me anything you want, share your story, and talk about your connection to Israel. Who knows? Maybe we even know someone in common from Israel. Thank you all for giving me the chance to speak, and I can't wait to meet you all. Shabbat Shalom.
And as Rabbi Reinhardt likes to say, we spread warmth and we send our warmth to you, Ophir. Thank you. I know that wasn't easy. If you had given that in Hebrew, you could adjust. But amazing, amazing. And we continue on in our service, page 22, as we join together, continuing to welcome in Shabbat with Lecha Dodi.
Especially from Israel, an Israeli Lecha Dodi, because why not? Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla. Likrot Shabbat lechu ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla. Lecha Dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabla.
We remain standing and turn to page 26 for Baruch Hu.
ברכו את אדוני, המבורך. Baruch
join together on page 28 with Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtsono, bore yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 30, we read together. Love beyond all space and time. Your love enfolds your people Yisrael. We receive it in your teaching, your gift of Torah, sacred obligations, discipline, and law. So let us speak these teachings when we lie down and rise up, and find joy forever in your Torah and mitzvot. They are the very essence of our life, ours to ponder and study all our days. May we never lose or be unworthy of your love. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. For you are blessed, the one who loves your people, Yisrael. And on page 32, we join together singing Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may be seated, and we're going to turn to page 35 and join together in reading this Ve'ahavta for Elul. You shall love the ones who are close with all your heart, with all your spirit, with all your strength. Remember these words, inscribe them on your heart. Love them when they struggle, when they sadden and disappoint you. Love them when they fail. See the good within them, even when they can't. Look at them and listen, even when it's hard. Be grateful for their guidance, even their reproof, when they save you from yourself. Love them when they give you joy, and love them when they don't. When you lie down, let go of anger. When you rise up at dawn, begin again. Praise them for their deeds at home. Speak to them in public with respect. Bind yourself to the ones you love, with promises kept and vows fulfilled. Open to them the gates of your heart, the doorway of your soul, and let them know you. So shall the ones you cherish feel your love, your presence, and your care. And on page 36, be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus will you become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. And we turn to page 38, and we read together in the English. Truth and faith, these are fundamental to our existence. God alone is their source, and we are Israel, a people of God. Our sovereign saves us from tyranny, redeems us from its violence through countless wonders, from its brutality through great feats beyond measure. We are Israel, a people of God, the giver of life, who would not let our feet give way, the maker of miracles for us against Pharaoh, of signs and portents in the land of Egypt, the one who brought our people Israel from its midst to enduring freedom. And we turn to page 40 as we join together, singing Mi Chamocha.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha, ha'elim Adonai, mi chamocha, ne'edar b'kodesh, nora tehilo, bosefele, nora tehilo, bosefele. מלכותך ראו בניך בו כהים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלי אנו ואמרו זה אלי אנו ואמרו. אדוני אם לא לעולם יא לה לילה יא לה 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 לילה יא לה 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 לילה יא לה 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 יא לה לילה יא לה 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 לילה יא לה 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 לילה יא לה 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 לילה.
And we turn to page 42, and we'll join together in singing Hashkivenu, this evening prayer for peace.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu השכיבנו, השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
And we now turn in our prayer books to page 48 as we prepare ourselves for the Amidah. If you are able, I ask you please to rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 50. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Page 52. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. בי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. Page 54. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. As we are in this period of Elul, we will use some of the special prayers, the special psalms in particular for this season as we continue through our tefillah section. And so we turn to page 63 and we join together at the top of the page. Bring joy to my life of service when I turn to you for purpose and hope. God, teach me your path. Your truth will guide my steps. Point my heart toward awe. Your name is the center of my devotion. And we turn the page, and at the bottom we read, Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shchinato litzion. Blessed are you whose divine presence is felt again in Zion. And we turn now to page 70 as we join together in a prayer of peace, of shalom. Peace profound and lasting, all-embracing, peace, that this be your gift to Israel, your people. In your goodness, author of peace, bless us and all people, every season, every hour, with the peace that is yours to give. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. You, Adonai, are the blessed one who blesses us with peace. And in this time, as we're saying the prayers perhaps that are closest to our hearts, we add a couple of prayers that Ophir reminded us of earlier on. The first is continuing to pray for those still held hostage. The 48, we hope for their return. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who redeems the captive.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim matir asurim Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim matir asurim.
And so a prayer for the IDF earlier, a prayer for the captives, and of course a prayer for the entire state of Israel, this one written by our very own Eva Ashner. Thank you, Adonai, for granting Israel the courage, the strength, and the power to defend her borders and her people. May the country continue to flourish. May Israel and we never give up Hatikva, the hope, that the day will come when Israel will be at peace with her neighbors. And may Israel always exist as a homeland for the Jewish people. And together we say,
Amen.
Amen. We also turn our thoughts in these moments to perhaps closer to home, our loved ones, our friends, our neighbors, and really those around the world who could use prayers of healing and of health. If you're thinking of a loved one who could use a prayer of healing, I invite you to please rise. And as one community, I invite you to share their name out loud. You may be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals the sick. And we turn to page 77 and join in singing.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mekor haberacha leimoteinu
We wish those in need of healing a refuah shlema, a return to wholeness and health. In this moment, I invite you to please pray silently.
שאלתי פחד שאלתי
people. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
So welcome this evening. My name is Leslie Kittredge. I'm a member of the UH Board of Trustees. First, I'd also like to welcome Ofer. We're excited to have you here, as you've heard from so many already. Tomorrow at UH, there will be Torah study at 8:45 a.m. in the Millstone Library and on Zoom. Shabbat morning service and B'nai Mitzvah of Joey Hastings in the Millstone Sanctuary and on live stream. Mazel tov to Joey and her family on becoming B'nai Mitzvah. Torah of the Days of Awe, Stories That Shape Us with Rabbi Rosenberg in the Millstone Library, Session 1, In the Beginning, a Test. Upcoming events, Elul programs, visit the website for dates and topics. Join Cantor Richmond for liturgical poems, Piyutim,
Yes.
from around the world on Thursdays, September 4th and 11th at 10 a.m. in the Spielberg Chapel. The Musar series with Rabbi Rosenberg, second session is Monday, September 8th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. and Tuesday, September 9th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. We welcome guest speaker Uri Kedar of Israel Hofshit, Be Free Israel, for Shabbat services on Friday, September 12th at 6:30 p.m. Elul Shabbat morning series. Join Rabbi Rosenberg and Rabbi Reinhardt for a series of lunch and learn opportunities in the Millstone Library from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Session 2, a tale of 3 readings, will be held on September 13th. These events, all high holiday services, programs, and more can be found in our Sunday e-blast, our digital bulletin, and our congregational calendar on our website. For additional information on upcoming classes and programs, please visit the UH website. Thank you to our tech team for making it possible for all of us to be together virtually tonight. And please check our website or call the office for gift shop hours. Thanks.
And so many people to thank as well. I'm going to add just a few more. Thank you to Candy and Carol for helping bring some music, and of course, David, as always, bringing such wonderful spirit, and especially today, this Shabbat, thank you to Ophir for bringing yourself today. We're so excited to have you here with us, and so I hope everyone will please introduce yourselves to Ophir, even if you don't get a chance to tonight. Ophir will be here for the whole year, which is so wonderful for us to get to spend and to continue to get to know you. You gave us so many little treats in terms of things about you that I know I am fascinated to learn more. I can't wait to talk physics and a little bit of robotics with you. I'm more on the physics side than the robotics, but I'm sure that, and I know, that's because there are some of you out there, including one sitting next to you. Anyone out there play soccer? Yeah, you've got a couple of hands back there as well, Ophir, that I know you'll get to know as well. And so we're so glad to be here together in community. This period of Elul is one of those times where we really are not only doing that introspection, but doing that communal rebuilding towards the High Holy Days. And so as we move to conclude our service, we turn to page 78, and I invite everyone to rise for Aleinu Lishabeach.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא זמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 80. ונאמר והיה
You may be seated. On page 85. Our thoughts now turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community and wherever grief touches the human family. Zichronam livracha, may their memories forever be a blessing. This Shabbat, the heartfelt condolences of our congregation go out to the families of Greg Rothberg and Charlotte Rudnick, for whom we are in the first week, the period of Shiva, of mourning. We also think of Joyce Kleban and Mike Newmark, for whom we are in the first 30 days, the period of Shloshim. And we add to these those who have died at this time in seasons past, as we remember the yahrzeit of Joanne M. Abel, Cecile Schiffer Abrams, Leonore Crown Abshire, Morris Beck, Louis A. Block, Sidney S. Blumenau, Betsy Warshaw Brown, Louis Schuver, Ann Rudin Cohen, Elsie Korn, Leon J. Kranis, Sam Demba, Jenny Diener, Yetta Epstein, Adeline Fixman, Elaine B. Harris Fox, Julius D. Gallant, Max German, Doretta Cohen Goldenberg, Lawrence Neal Goldstein, Essie G. Goodman, Rebecca Gorich, Della Gottschalk, Sheldon Shelley Grafman, Eva Heifetz, Aaron J. Iskowich, Rose B. Jacob, Gerald I. Kahn, Saul Kaiser, Melvin H. Klein, Jacob B. Korngold, Milton E. Kravitz, Robert Kretschmar, Teresa Ann Lee, Edna Levi, Dorothy Levin, Benjamin Lewin, Saul Lichtenfeld, Etta Lipschitz, Tilly Gintel Marks, Mary Marks, Louis Millstone, Roselle Morgenstern, Emily Mossinger, Barney Moss, Nathan Packman, Gerald Mark Pozlowski, Harvey J. Present, Lillian Quicksilver, Josephine Messing Roman, Minnie H. Romansky, Estelle Rudman, Becky Lynn Rosenbaum, Nancy Bernstein Rosenbaum, Martin Rawson, Esther Rubin, Thomas L. Schlesinger, Jack Schwartz, Donald Stephen Schwartz, Shirley A. Siegel, Abraham Schenk, Aaron Ernie Schreiber, Ida Sinkoff, Al Sorkin, Saul Spielberg, Abraham Stein, Ida Stern, Norton M. Sternick, Rose D. Tureen, Thelda Victor, Morris Weiss, and Rose Wolkowitz. If one of these loved ones is yours, I invite you to please rise so that we might recognize their memory. Zichronam livracha, may their memories truly be a blessing. And I invite everyone to rise and stand with our mourners as one community and one family of humanity for the Kaddish Yatom, our mourners Kaddish, on page 86. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam olomei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Vit adar, vit ale, vit halal, shemei de kudisha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates peace bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all who mourn, to which we say, Amen. And as we are in this month of Elul, it is tradition to read a passage, read Psalm 27, which we heard some of it sung earlier following the silent prayer. And so we're going to turn back to page 8. And then the tradition is following the reading of the 27th Psalm. We will blow the shofar. And so, again, page 8. God is my light and my refuge secure. Whom shall I fear? God is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When those who act with malice will devour me with words, it is they who stumble, they who fall. If an army were to take up arms against me, my heart would not fear. If war were waged against me, still I would trust. Just one thing I have asked of God, only this do I seek, to dwell in God's house all the days of my life, to behold divine sweetness and beauty, and to gaze in delight at God's temple.
Tekiah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. יישר כוח.